Hello, Internet, and welcome to the SwirlyCast, the only audio show that can be enjoyed by humans and yokai alike, and is the subject of never learning how to read and getting a baseball bat slapped against your kneecaps. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to open up the video. I am your host, Koma. Happy decided to spend a few minutes out of your day to come hang out, and with formalities out of the way, what is on the mind today? We're going back to the 3DS once again to talk about one of my favorite games, Kid Icarus Uprising! Oh boy, this game has received a huge surge in popularity as of late, and I am all the happier for it. It's one of the best 3DS games I have ever played, if not my personal favorite 3DS game, alongside Yokai Watch 3. That's kind of incredible, to say the least. Like, it beat out Smash when I hold so many memories with it, but that's an episode for another time. So, what is it about this game that just sort of jived with so many people? Well, it is one of the only other games aside from Smash that legendary director and funny comedian man that put Minecraft in Smash Brothers, Masahiro Sakurai, has created. Like, it's kind of amazing how this game came out to be. Because, like, for those of you who don't know, the original Kid Icarus and of Myths and Monsters for the Game Boy is, yeah, they're games. They exist. I'm not gonna say that they're great, but they exist. They were made with the Metroid engine, so that's pretty cool. They even poke fun of that on one of the chapters, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But and Sakurai decided, like, oh hey, you know this Pit guy who never showed up in anything? Let's put him in Brawl. And then let's make another game in the series. And make it one of the best games Nintendo has ever published. And I don't mean that, like, I don't say that stuff just, like, willy-nilly. I legitimately believe that Kid Icarus Uprising is one of the best games Nintendo's published. And it came out on the 3DS. Right when that console was starting to have its surge, this game showed up, and it's like, oh hey, you know that Kid Icarus series that nobody knew until the Brawl came out? Yeah, we're gonna make it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be fantastic. So we are here now talking about it and why I love it so much. So let's get into it, shall we? Starting off, this game has a very weird control scheme. I'm very much aware of that. Everyone who's played this game has know, like, it's very hard to get used to, but once you do, man, the controls in this game are great. They're actually very simple and can be used with both hands. You use the circle pad to move, you press one of the L button or the R button to fire, and you use the touchscreen to aim. Or, if you're left-handed, you use the A, B, X, and Y buttons in order to move, and the R button to shoot, and you use the touchscreen in your left hand. Honestly, it's very comfortable once you figure it out, and plus it really works well with the Circle Pad Pro, which this game was bundled with at launch, though now you can't find it anywhere, and this game was never updated to include new 3DS support, so that little stupid nub, yeah, it doesn't really do much of anything, if anything at all. And they said it was supposed to be a replacement for the right stick or a C stick. I have one of them. But it is still one of the better models of the 3DS, I will admit. Just, it's stupid now. Okay. I promise I won't complain about it anymore until we do a dedicated 3DS episode. Let's just push that aside and talk about what really matters about this game. The character. The character in this game is absolutely brimming with life. Let me just say, this is the most memorable cast in any Nintendo game. Straight up. You can say all you want that Mario is very recognizable. Like, yeah, you already know who everybody in the Mario series is, but do you really, though? Like, I feel like everything has to be taken at face value for Mario, and while that's fine and it works for him, Kid Icarus Uprising brings out the life in its characters. They're funny, they're expressive, they can be serious, but they can also be really silly. I remember almost everything that these guys say and do, because, like, they're either awesome, they're really funny, or they can be legitimately intimidating at times. So let's go ahead and talk about the story of the game whilst we're here, exactly. So the game is split up into a bunch of arcs split up by chapters. There's the Medusa arc, which is chapters 1 through 9. There's the Verita arc, which is chapters 10 through 14. There's the Arum arc, which is chapters 15 through 17. There's the Chaoskin arc, which is chapters 18 to 22. And there's the final arc, which is chapters 23 to 25. I'm not going to give anything else away. So, what exactly happens during these chapters that makes it so memorable? Well, it basically rolls down to the conversations that happen in between gameplay. Since everything is mostly on the rails during the flying stages, you'll be able to hear most of the main conversations that happen, whether it just be stuff that happens, or spectacle, or just something funny that happens. Again, it's like Sakurai injected all of his life into these characters, and we should know, he actually wrote the scenario for this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he wrote some of the jokes himself. If you thought he was funny during his Smash presentations, why haven't you played this game? Like, actually, that is a legitimate question, because, like, this has Sakurai's humor written all over it, and it's so good. Like, there's I dare not spoil you a lot of the really good jokes. It's just, they're so good. And speaking of things that are really, 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 really good, and I cannot wait to talk about this now, this game has some of the best online in any game, period. So the online mode is split up into two modes, free for all and light versus dark. Free for all is just about as simple as it goes. You try to take out everybody else with your equipment of choice. The light versus dark mode is actually a lot more interesting though. It's a team match with 3-on-3, and you have to team up to take out each other's health and then summon the angel of that particular team. Light team gets pinned, dark team gets dark pinned, so on and so forth. And if you take out that opposing angel, you win the game. It can get really competitive. It can get really fun. I played this game online. I played it with friends. And let me just say, it is a blast. I cannot say that I have played a better online game, period. Sure, I play Ultimate competitively, but, like, that doesn't really matter. When you have a game this good with Uprising, no, it does not matter. This is the best online I've ever played. And also, this game is jam-packed full of awesome stuff behind that. There's like a trophy gallery, just like in Smash 4 and Brawl. There was a whole AR card set thing where you can battle and scan different cards so you can get idols from all the different characters, weapons, and like locations from the game. That's actually kind of amazing that this game has so much content. It's like, it's not even just that. It has challenges just like Smash Brothers does. And it's just, wow. That's all I can really describe about this game. Wow. If you thought Brawl and Smash 4 were jam-packed with content, Icarus Uprising probably has it beat. Sure, Brawl and Smash 4 may have different games, but those are demos, honestly. Like, sure, you might be able to get a full game of Pac-Man out of it, and you may be able to complete one from Super Mario Brothers, but there is nothing that I could say that would sing the praises of Kid Icarus Uprising any higher. It is one of the most underrated games that I have ever seen. This game needs to come out on Switch. It definitely does. I've known that we all know that Sakurai isn't that big on making sequel games, and that's fine. I'm not against the idea of not having a sequel because, like, if we got a game this good from Sakurai, I would be fine in letting it just be a standalone, but, like, an enhanced port would definitely increase the game's popularity, because with Smash Brothers pretty much being a sequel series to Kid Icarus Uprising, I think bringing more people aware to the game that really struck out to a lot of people, improving the controls, improving the online, I feel like that would make this community and the game a lot more noticeable and a lot more, great in the long run. And speaking of things that are great in the long run, because I just want to bring it up sometimes, this game is one of the best soundtracks in any game that I've ever played. Honestly, Lightning Battle is one of my favorite stage themes ever. It's so action-packed. It's like, it's a freaking guitar. It's, really give this game a soundtrack a listen if you haven't already. It's amazing. And I cannot sing it any higher. And that's all I want to talk about, because I dare not spoil anything for you guys. I'm not going to say anything else aside from that. I'm just going over, like, base level content. And I didn't even go into, like, a lot of the jokes, a lot of the character moments. Because I want you to play the game for yourself. Because I want you to experience it the same way I did, in the same way so many others did. It's amazing. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. And I think that's a pretty good way to close out the episode, I do declare. Get Icarus Uprising. Play it, please. It's so good. Nintendo, please make an enhanced port. I would not hesitate in buying it this second. Honestly. But yeah. With that said, this has been Koma, and my friends, fellow viewers, and camaraderies alike, thank you for tuning into this episode of the SwirlyCast. Until next time, bye bye! Sorry to keep you waiting on this episode.